You think you know her, Sleeping Beauty, the princess in her tower. She pricked her finger. She fell into a deep, enchanted sleep. A handsome prince arrived. He kissed her. She awoke. They lived happily ever after. But this version, the one that glitters with Disney magic, is a pale reflection. A whisper of the original. The truth, as it often is, lies buried. It is far darker, more unsettling. The story you know is a careful construction, a safe haven built for young hearts. It shields them from the shadows. It smooths the jagged edges of a much older tale, a tale not meant for innocent ears alone. The original story does not shy away from the grim. It does not offer easy comfort. It speaks of betrayal, of cruelty, of desires that fester in the hidden corners of the human soul. Prepare yourself. The path to the true Sleeping Beauty is not lined with roses. It is paved with something far more disturbing. Forget the shimmering gowns. Forget the benevolent fairies. Our journey takes us to 17th century Italy, to Naples, a city of vibrant life and deep shadows. Here, a writer named Giambattista Basile penned a collection of tales. He called it Lo Conto degli Conti, the Tale of Tales. Later, it became known as the Pentamerone. Basile was a poet, a courtier, a soldier. He gathered stories from the oral tradition, stories told by firesides, stories whispered in marketplaces. He wove them into a rich, earthy tapestry. These were not tales for the faint of heart. The Pentamerone is a treasure trove of early fairy tales. Many familiar stories find their roots here. Cinderella, Puss in Boots, Rapunzel, and of course, Sleeping Beauty. But Basile's versions are raw, unfiltered. They pulse with a primal energy. They reflect the anxieties, the desires, and the brutal realities of his time. His language is rich, sometimes coarse, always vivid. He did not shy away from the grotesque, or the sensual, or the profoundly disturbing. His Sleeping Beauty is a far cry from the gentle princess we know. In Basile's telling, the princess is named Talia. Her birth is celebrated. Wise men and astrologers are summoned to her father's great court. They cast her horoscope. They read the stars. Their faces grow grim. A prophecy is uttered. A sliver of flax, hidden in a spindle. This tiny, innocuous thing, they warn, will bring great peril to Talia. Her father, a great lord, is naturally distressed. He commands that no flax, no hemp, nothing resembling a spindle, ever be brought into his house. He believes he can outwit fate. He thinks his decree can shield his beloved daughter. For a time, it seems to work. Talia grows into a beautiful young woman, oblivious to the shadow hanging over her. But destiny, as it often does in these old tales, has a way of finding its mark. One day, Talia sees an old woman spinning flax with a spindle. She has never seen such a thing. Her curiosity is piqued. She approaches the old woman. She marvels at the twirling spindle. She wishes to try it herself. As she handles the spindle, a tiny sliver of flax lodges itself beneath her fingernail. The pain is sharp, sudden, and then nothing. Talia falls down, as if dead. The prophecy is fulfilled. The great lord, her father, is overcome with grief. He lays her body in one of his country estates. He abandons the place to its silence. Time passes. Many years, perhaps. A king is out hunting in the nearby woods. His falcon flies away. It soars towards the abandoned estate where Talia lies. The falcon enters through a window. It does not return to the king's call. Curious, the king follows. He finds the overgrown, silent house. He calls out. No one answers. He finds a way inside. He wanders through the dusty, deserted rooms. He is drawn, as if by an unseen force, to the chamber where Talia sleeps. He finds her there, beautiful, still. He sees Talia on the bed. He calls to her. He shakes her gently. She does not wake. He is captivated by her beauty. But his actions, in Basile's telling, are not those of a gentle hero. There is no enchantment to break with a simple kiss. The king, seeing her unresponsive, does something unspeakable. He does not awaken her. Instead, he takes advantage of her helpless state. He violates her. Then, his desire sated, he leaves her there, still sleeping. He returns to his own kingdom. He returns to his own life. This is a stark, brutal moment in the tale. There is no romance here, no chivalry. 9 months pass. Talia remains in her death-like slumber, utterly alone in the deserted manor. The world outside continues its rhythm. Seasons change. The sun rises and sets. But within the silent room, time seems to hold its breath. Yet life, in its most tenacious form, finds a way. While still deep in her enchanted sleep, Talia gives birth. She delivers twins, a boy and a girl. They are beautiful, healthy. They are born into a world where their mother cannot see them, cannot hear their cries, cannot offer them comfort. 2 fairies, it is said, appear. These fairies care for the newborn infants. They place the babies beside their sleeping mother. They guide their tiny mouths to her breasts so the children can nurse. Even in her profound unconsciousness, Talia's body provides sustenance. The twins are named Sun and Moon, Sol and Luna. They grow beside their mother. Their only world is the quiet room. The twins continue to nurse from their sleeping mother. They grow stronger, more active. One day, one of the babies, perhaps Sun, perhaps Moon, is searching for its mother's breast. It cannot find the nipple. Instead, its tiny mouth fastens onto Talia's finger, the very finger where the cursed sliver of flax remains lodged. The baby sucks, driven by hunger, by instinct. It draws out the splinter of flax, the cause of Talia's long, unnatural sleep, the tiny piece of doom that stole years of her life. And just like that, the spell is broken, not by a prince's kiss, not by a grand magical intervention, but by the innocent, unknowing act of a hungry child. Talia awakens. Her eyes flutter open. She sees the world for the first time in what feels like an eternity. She is confused, disoriented. Where is she? How did she get here? And who are these 2 beautiful babies nestled beside her? She does not remember giving birth. She does not remember the king's visit. Her last memory is of the old woman, the spindle, the sharp pain. She looks at the children. Her children. A wave of maternal love washes over her, despite the confusion, despite the lost time. Sometime later, the king remembers Talia, perhaps a pang of guilt, perhaps a lingering curiosity. He decides to go hunting again in the same woods. He seeks out the abandoned house. He expects to find the sleeping girl as he left her. Instead, he finds Talia awake. And with her, 2 beautiful children. Children who bear a striking resemblance to him. He is overjoyed. He tells Talia who he is. He spends several days with her and the children. A fragile, secret happiness blooms in the forgotten house. But the king has a life elsewhere. He is married. He has a queen. He cannot stay with Talia forever. He must return to his own kingdom. He promises to care for Talia and the children. He promises to return. However, secrets, especially royal secrets, have a way of unraveling. The king, back in his palace, often murmurs the names Talia, Sun, and Moon in his sleep. Or perhaps he speaks of them in moments of distraction. His wife, the queen, hears these names. She grows suspicious. Who is this Talia? Who are Sun and Moon? The queen's vengeance begins. She sends her secretary to Talia with a deceitful message. She pretends the king has summoned Talia and the children to the palace. Talia, unsuspecting, agrees. She travels with Sun and Moon to the royal court, eager to be reunited with the king, eager for her children to meet their father properly. Little does she know she is walking into a trap set by a queen consumed by hatred, a queen whose cruelty knows no bounds. Upon their arrival, Talia is separated from her children. The queen orders her cook to take Sun and Moon. Her instructions are monstrous. She commands the cook to kill the children, to butcher them, and then to cook them into various dishes. She plans to serve these dishes to the unsuspecting king, a feast of horrors, a mother's worst nightmare. The cook, though terrified of the queen, is a man with a conscience. He cannot bring himself to harm the beautiful, innocent children. He takes them home. He hides them. He substitutes 2 young lambs in their place. The queen, believing her gruesome orders have been carried out, then turns her attention to Talia. The wicked queen meets her fiery end. The treacherous secretary perishes with her. Justice, in its brutal fairy tale fashion, is served. The king, now free from his malevolent wife, can finally be with Talia. He marries her. Sun and moon are recognized as his heirs. Talia, who endured a cursed sleep, a violation, the birth of children in unconsciousness, and the brink of a horrifying death, finally finds her place. She becomes queen. She is reunited with her children. They live, as the old tales often conclude, happily ever after, or so Basile tells us. The contrast with the Disney version is stark, profound. Disney's Aurora pricks her finger. She sleeps. She is awakened by a true love's kiss. The villain, Maleficent, is a powerful sorceress. Her evil is grand, magical, but it lacks the intimate human cruelty of Basile's queen. There is no violation in Disney, no secret children born in sleep, no cannibalistic plots, no burning at the stake. The darkness is sanitized, the horror is diluted, the story is made safe, palatable, suitable for all ages. The dark truth remains, a whisper beneath the sparkle.